How Dr. Disrespect lost his entire audience in 3 days. Video by internet anarchist. As always, videos shall be in the description. We're gonna check this out, see what's going on with this guy. I've seen plenty of videos here and there going into context as to what's going on with this guy, and it's no good. Let's see exactly what's going on in a cool, highly edited documentary format. Let's see what's going on. Thank you for watching. Let's check this out.
Dr. Disrespect is on the verge of one of the largest downfalls in creator history, going from being one of the most respected and popular streamers on the internet to being hated by everyone after admitting some awfully disturbing actions.
He was talking inappropriately with a minor. Where I truly believe this scumbag needs to be banned off of the platforms that he's on.
I don't know who's really going to support him at this point. Like, what kind of person is going to watch Dr. Disrespect? If you watch him at this point, you just have to be coping, basically.
Hi, I'm the internet anarchist. I create weekly YouTube documentaries, and today we'll be diving into the case of Dr. Disrespect, a once beloved streamer who is
Yeah, no, I've seen some of his videos. I like his intro. It's very cool. Just off of that, people are willing to watch him. I mean, if he still had his platform, if the platform hadn't deplatformed him, he would probably still have some degree of an audience. You'd be surprised. People don't have a backbone. People don't have a sense of ethics. They like what they like, and they go where their emotions take them. And if people like Dr. Disrespect, regardless of who he is as a person, he will still get support. You don't get canceled unless there's a higher power that, like, takes you off or affects your bottom line of monetary acquisition. That's the only way. The only way. So, let's just establish that. With that information, let's keep going.
And today, we'll be diving into the case of Dr. Disrespect, a once beloved streamer who is now being viewed as an unfaithful predator. But to fully understand the current situation, we first have to go back to where it all started. In June of 2020, Dr. Disrespect, who was the face of Twitch at the time, was permanently banned from the platform. The suddenness of the high-profile banning, coupled with the silence from both Dr. Disrespect and Twitch on the matter, would turn the ban into one of the most infamous and mysterious bans in Twitch history and spark several conspiracy theories. This wouldn't be helped by his final moments on stream appearing like he found out something extremely bad was about to happen.
We'll get through this, Champions Club. I know it's a tough. Life's weird right now. We'll get through this, okay? And
Hey, Christopher.
fuck.
You get to try.
This strange behavior would leave viewers to leave comments such as, "Whatever's coming, it ain't gonna be a small matter." That mood he gets into near the end, "I'm scared." As well as, 242, "I kind of wanted to get off, and now I don't want to get off." He realized it would be his last stream ever, so he said that. Despite these comments, no one could have been prepared for the real reason he was actually banned. In August of 2020, Doc would return to streaming, but this time on YouTube. His first stream on the platform attracted a massive audience, and he seemingly came back stronger than ever, going on to claim that he had no idea why he was even banned in the first place.
Why did you get banned? Guess what? I want you to look me in the fucking eyes when I say this. We still have no idea.
Over the following 4 years, his ban would remain a mystery, and he would grow his YouTube channel to over 4.7 million subscribers
And a liar. Unfaithful, a liar, and a predator? Really? Then why were you so worried the previous time? Why did, I mean, granted, it could have been a few things, but say if it was something unrelated to the stream, why would you get banned? Like, that you'd think that wouldn't just necessarily come out of nowhere unless someone's abusing their position inside the company that has a vendetta against you for whatever reason, or just somebody else is abusing their... It's like, these things don't just suddenly happen. If it was like a family member who got injured or something unrelated to the stream, would you suddenly just disappear? And then switch platforms and then be like, damn, I also got banned. I don't know, man. If it were like you run into something and then it's worrying, it's alarming, and then you back away and then you come back on Twitch and you're standing on that platform is untouched, then it's like, okay, that's something else. That makes me think that it had nothing to do with whatever is going on the platform, or whatever, something that maybe you have done, or whatever it is. It's just when those things intertwine and you say it like that, it's kind of like, Granted, before we got all this context, years later, and all this stuff happened, all this stuff came out, it's like, you couldn't have known. You're kind of just reacting to what you're seeing and what this guy's putting out to the world. But here we are now. Ooh. Very Dr. Disrespectful, huh?
Subscribers, and continue to be one of the most popular streamers on the internet. But this would all completely change in 2024. On the 22nd of June, Cody Connors, an ex-Twitch employee, would make a tweet that would mark the beginning of the end for Dr. Disrespect. The tweet read, "He got banned because he got caught texting a minor in the then existing Twitch Whispers product. He was trying to meet up with her at TwitchCon. The powers that be could read in plain text. Case closed, gang." The tweet was making big claims with little to no evidence to back them up, and the reaction from the internet would be extremely mixed, with some jumping to the conclusion that he's a creep despite the lack of evidence, and others waiting to hear more about the situation or calling Cody an unreliable source of information, with comments reading, "Hey doc, I heard you like him young. We need sources and more information, like who, as well as source, just trust me bro." While Cody's tweet didn't explicitly mention Dr. Disrespect,
Which is fair. Granted, time and place here or there, the types of people here and there, I imagine a lot of those people, I mean, I can't make presumptions that the people who are asking for sources are people who support them. Because it goes both ways, right? It's like, on one hand, you do need evidence for that type of thing. You can't just make wide, sweeping claims like that. But that's the thing. That's all it takes for the most part for somebody to get affected or have their livelihood affected. Something like Dr. Disrespect, he's a little bit too big for something like that, you'd think, to affect him. Not everyone really cares about evidence. They just use their emotions to determine what the things that they say and how they conduct themselves. That's more than enough for many people. But I'm glad that people are coming out of the woodwork saying, okay, you need proof. Like, you being simply a Twitch employee, like, you saying it, I don't think that's good enough. I would like a little bit more than that, which, yes, that's good. You shouldn't just go shouldn't derive a conclusion solely based on conjecture. You need, like, something solid, which we'll get to that. Say if Dr. Disrespect were smaller in that same state where we're made. I don't think there'd nearly be as many people sprinting to his defense. His stature is kind of what defended him in those first initial few hours, and then things started to really go to shit when there was receipts shown. Let's see the sequence of events.
Disrespect. Jake Lucky's repost would result in a response from Doc that would ultimately make the situation so much worse. Jake, seriously, I get it, it's a hot topic, but this has been settled. No wrongdoing was acknowledged, and they paid out the whole contract. The tweet would garner significant criticism for the strange and concerning use of vague and legalese language, leaving readers wondering why Doc said no wrongdoing was acknowledged, instead of just denying the career-ending allegations.
Because if he denied it, given that he did do it, he would rack on a little bit more, I don't know, charge-wise? I think he's probably fine. I don't think he's being faced with anything. He's just being deplatformed and losing his livelihood. But, like, yeah, the lawyer speak, because there is legality to the contracts and the signing, you know, the agreements between him and the platform that hosted him. Jesus. It's just weird, too. You go at it through a lawyer jargon instead of just doing the thing you did before about it, just not acknowledging it. If you're so worried about the legality of stuff and you want to traverse it through because I hate that stuff. You should just be upfront, like say it how it is. If you're trying to concern lawyers and shit, then that's like, now granted, that's just the way things are, and that stuff does need to be taken into account. But something as big as this, something as serious and shitty, just in general, especially when you're trying to sway the public opinion, you should just be upfront, straightforward, say it how it is. Unless, of course, someone like Dr. Disrespect seemingly is worried about the legality of stuff, which it's just weird. I mean, what would be the punishments for him saying that, no, I didn't do it, even though he did do it? What is the punishment for lies? I mean, he's already getting deplatformed. What if he just kept denying? I mean, lying to this guy, it really doesn't seem to be a big problem given that he cheated on his wife. And then he cried about it on his stream. I'm so sorry, I was unfaithful. It's like, dude, come on. No sympathy for you. You fucking kidding me? You chose to get into that agreement with somebody. You chose to be in holy matrimony with somebody, and you fucked it up both times. The second time was even worse, was even more disgusting. With a fucking minor? You cheated on your wife once, now you're trying to cheat on her again with somebody someone's at a legal age. Oh, even if like you didn't like follow through with that, it's just, or even like if it wasn't going to go anywhere, it's just the simple rapport, the simple communication, the direct private messaging to meet up with somebody. Like, would that be enough to get on the Chris Hansen show to catch a predator? Maybe. I mean, based on what the Twitch guy said, which I guess I would like to see the actual things itself. I just heard the stuff surrounding it. I would like to see the actual messages. I'd like to know, can we quantify it as sexting? Just the simple reaching out, that in itself is already, all right. It would be one thing if they're just like, hey, private DM from a kid. I like this, I like what you do, I appreciate you. And then you could just be like, cool, thank you for your support, and then that's that. But no, I don't, it's just weird. Like the why, what is the, he probably will never acknowledge it. He'll never be like, I mean, it already has all come out, and this guy isn't really big on being honest and transparent, so it's kind of just like, I don't know. It's weird to know where people's priorities are at. I would like to see it so that I could try to understand it. It won't necessarily change my opinion on it, but it's just, it's all just fucking weird, man, honestly.
Career-ending allegations. Following the significant backlash, Doc would make another response on the situation, adding a bit more context, stating, "Listen, I'm obviously tied to legal obligations from the settlement with Twitch, but I just need to say what I can say since this is the f***ing internet. I didn't do anything wrong, and all of this has been probed and settled. Nothing illegal, no wrongdoing was found, and I was paid. Elden Ring Monday." While this tweet was better than the first, it still had—
but given context of the first, it's like, but even still, I did nothing wrong, no wrongdoing was found, and I was paid. What are you doing, dude? What's your angle here? Trying to clear your name while also taking into account legality? Ugh, my nose. It's making me sick. That's what this is. That's what this thing's doing. Yeah, I don't even know, dude.
Was better than the first, it still had strange language, like no wrongdoing was found and that he was, quote, paid. Ultimately, the tweet would result in an even more polarizing response from the community, with large figures such as the Axeman coming to his defense, stating, "Degenerate troglodyte losers are trying to slander him with serious accusations that could destroy his entire career, while providing literally zero proof. In other words, some pussies have a vendetta/grudge against him and want to damage his reputation as much as possible." And other—
Yes, okay. I understand where you're coming from. And it's funny how he 180'd once the proof did come out, which, yes, he's sticking to his word, but it's kind of just like, and yes, simply just because a Twitch employee said it isn't enough. But it's like, come on, don't double down on which side you're on. Be like, hey man, I don't know. That's a pretty big accusation. We're gonna have to wait till the evidence. But instead of just saying, degenerate troglodyte loser tried to slander him, as if you know. Just because there's a lack of evidence doesn't mean what they're saying is entirely invalid. You have to wait for the evidence before you can come to an actual conclusion on this, but leave it up in the air. Don't pick sides before you know, dude. He made a video later on, he's like, yeah, okay, yeah, he's guilty. Come on, dude. Oh, man. Anyways, why are we talking about what the Ackman has to say about it? It's just another guy who has followers. Who cares about what this guy has to say? Let's look at the evidence. Let's see the tangible proof here.
And others critiquing his use of vague language against such serious allegations. Bro, why won't you say, I was not talking to a minor trying to meet up with her at TwitchCon like what was alleged, but things were about to get much, much worse. On the 24th of June, while Stock was streaming Elden Ring, a game company he co-founded would make a tweet that would change everything. Reading, "On Friday evening, we became aware of an allegation against one of our co-founders, Guy Beam, aka Dr. Disrespect. We assumed his innocence and began speaking with parties involved. And in order to maintain our principles and standards as a studio and individuals, we needed to act. For this reason, we are terminating our relationship with Guy Beam immediately. While these facts are difficult to hear and even more difficult to accept, it is our duty to act with dignity on behalf of all individuals involved, especially the 55 developers and families we've employed, along with our community of players." The tweet went live while Stock was streaming, and viewers claim this is the exact moment he saw the post.
You know how I run things, here.
always looks like he's on the edge of just like some character, like some villain in a movie or something. Just always on the edge of just. Is this real? Are you still trying to stay in character? Oh God, everything's so fake, man. Oh man, just like not just. He's one example of just things in life. Things aren't what they seem. All right, it's just. I've seen this expression of this guy so many times. I don't even watch this guy. I've seen, you know, people are this large, you kind of just stumble across their stuff organically, the things that, you know, their content. But it's like, I don't even know, dude. Like, what is that? What the hell, doctor?
Towards the end of the stream, Doc seemingly came to terms with reality and what was awaiting him in the near future.
I think when I say step away, I think either have to relay this to the Midnight Society, but you know, maybe I step away from there too. Just completely remove myself from the scene. It's what I need to do.
The following day, on the 26th of June 2024, Dr. Disrespect would post a tweet that would not only possibly end his career, but completely confirm the reason he was banned from Twitch, with his response reading, "The Twitch ban. Hello, I'd like to make a quick statement. I've always been upfront and real with you guys on anything that I can be upfront about, and I'm always willing to accept responsibility, which is why I'm here now. First and foremost, I do want to apologize to everyone in my community, as well as those close to me, my team, and everyone at Midnight Society Game Studio. A lot of people have been left in the dark about what happened yesterday with Midnight Society and I, and we made the painful decision collectively to have me step down. Our team is full of incredibly talented and good people that have high career ambitions and families, and I'd never want to jeopardize the culture we have carefully crafted. Everyone has been wanting to know why I was banned from Twitch, but for reasons outside my control, I wasn't allowed to say anything for the last several years. Now that 2 former Twitch employees have publicly disclosed the accusations, I can now tell you my side of the story regarding the ban. Were there Twitch whisper messages with an individual minor back in 2017? The answer is yes. Were there real intentions behind these messages? The answer is absolutely not. These were casual, mutual conversations that sometimes leaned too much in the direction of being inappropriate, but nothing more. Nothing illegal happened, no pictures were shared, no crimes were committed. I never even met the individual. I went through a lengthy arbitration regarding a civil dispute with Twitch, and that case was resolved by a settlement. Let me be clear, it was not a criminal case against me, and no criminal charges have ever been brought against me. Now, from a moral standpoint, I'll absolutely take responsibility. I should have never entertained these conversations to begin with. That's on me. That's on me as an adult, a husband, and a father. It should have never happened. I get it, I'm not perfect, and I'll fucking own my shit. This was stupid. Now, with all this said, don't get it mistaken. I've seen all the remarks and labels being thrown around so loosely. Social media is a destruction zone. I'm no predator or PDF file. Are you kidding me? Anyone that truly knows me knows where I stand on those things with those types of people. F that. That's a different level of disgust that I hate even hearing about. Don't be labeling me as the worst of the worst with your exaggerations. Get the F out of here with that shit. But I think I've said what I needed to say regarding the ban itself. That's it. That's why Twitch made the decision in 2020. To my team, community, industry friends that have supported me, I apologize. I wish I could have said all this sooner. You guys have always showed me and my family love and support throughout all these years. We love you guys like you can't imagine. I have the best community and circle. If any of this has made you uncomfortable, I get it. You don't have to support me anymore. But just know you have always been greatly appreciated. But trust me when I say this. To all my haters that live and breathe social media with zero real life experience, I don't give an F about you. Finally, if you're uncomfortable with this entire statement and think I'm a piece of shit, that's fine, but I'm not effing going anywhere. I'm not the same guy that made this mistake all those years ago. I'm taking an extended vacation with my family as mentioned on stream, and I'm coming back with a heavy weight off my shoulders. They want me to disappear? Yeah, right. Following the response, Doc would continue to edit the tweet, removing the word minor and then adding it back in due to backlash, with a reply stating, he edited out minor, got caught on it, and then edited it back in. Quite the apology when you're still trying to skirt responsibility.
Oh man. Oh man. Oh. Another thing, just to make it very clear, especially people like Dr. Disrespect, especially people in his position, you should give even less of a shit. Not so much like to avoid giving him accountability, like these things still need to be applied, but in terms of like, you should never feel bad for you be like that. Are you kidding me? Especially people like this. He has so much money, success, influence. He makes money doing stuff that he enjoys, like playing freaking video games, dude. Doggy, if I let you out, you're gonna make noises. Just sit. We only got a few more minutes left. Calm down. You too, doggy. You guys are fine. It's okay. Just wait. Just wait. Give it time. Give it time before the allegations come to rest. Okay. It sucks. Well, no, not... This reality sucks. These things happening sucks. But the person, like, especially someone like Dr. Disrespect, I don't give an ounce of a shit, dude. Come on. This guy makes millions of dollars playing freaking video games. Get the hell out of here, dude. These people should be held to higher scrutiny because of their position in the world, because of what they've afforded for themselves by doing this particular thing. Really playing video games and making millions of dollars? Like, get the hell out of here, dude. Come on, honestly. Oh, all right. But that's also, yeah, trying to skirt responsibility, really. Edited out minor. Oh, man, he's probably in that purgatory of like, damn, I don't know what I should do. I don't know, I honestly don't know what I should do to hedge my bets in a favorable fashion so that I can look better. It's just insane. But yeah, no, it's I don't feel bad for whatsoever for people like that. Screw you, Dr. Disrespect, honestly.
When you're still trying to skirt responsibility. As expected, the tweet would go incredibly viral, gaining over 60 million views within just 12 hours, leading users to dig even deeper into his history, with user Chrissy digging up a clip of Doc allegedly admitting to cheating on his wife at the 2017 TwitchCon, which also happens to be the same year he was allegedly messaging the minor to find out what she was doing at the convention.
As you guys know, I have a beautiful family and a wife and kid, and I want to be transparent that I've been unfaithful, and
the response from the YouTube community was brutal to say the least, with creators such as Penguin Zero, Some Ordinary Gamers, and Coffeezilla all making videos on the situation and calling out Doc for his disgusting behavior. During Penguin Zero, aka Charlie's video, he would completely destroy Doc, first addressing how he sneakily edited his tweet multiple times.
Now, the doc actually edited this statement twice. So initially, he posted it with the word minor in it, saying, were there messages with an individual minor? The answer is yes. But then shortly after he published it, he edited the word minor out of it. So he removed that. He redacted it like a fucking CIA document, trying to bury it, just snapping it out of existence. So then it read, were there messages with an individual? The answer is yes. But people were quick to notice the edit, and you can actually check edit history on Twitter, which I didn't know you can do, but you could clearly see that the original no longer matched the current one because he took the word minor out. So when people caught him red-handed, he just edited it one more time to put the word minor back into it.
Charlie would also critique Doc's strange ending of the tweet, stating,
he tries to close this statement with a really hard, cheesy 80s action movie one-liner. They want me to disappear. Yeah, fucking right. Granny shifting, not double clutching like you should. You're lucky you didn't blow the welds off the intake. I'm not leaving. It's really kind of ridiculous to put that there with accusation.
I also noticed that. He's trying to play a character, but it keeps dipping in and out both ways. It's like, oh, I gotta maintain my hardy demeanor. But it's like, he also lets the reality slip through. Is it really that easy? Come on. And you, if I let you out, you will start making noises. Just sit. 5 minutes left. 5 minutes. Just sit and wait. Doggo, you're doing all right. You're cool. You're not making weird, high-pitched squealing noises. But I guess that's the downside of playing a character. I guess that's what happens when you're trying to look hard or whatever the hell that is. Like some 80s, that sums it up. 80s action movie character. Like, what the hell? What the hell's going on here? But, yeah, no, what else is there to say about this? Just the very fact of that there was rapport established and a private messages between him and Yeah, it's just funny seeing the mask slowly start to come off and see the reality dip through. It's like, I want to see that, the truth, the realness. What's going on in here, dude? You can hide it behind a mask all you want, but the more pressure that gets applied, it really starts to spill out more and more, and you look just weird. All right, almost there.
There with accusations like this.
Finally, Charlie would counter the argument that Doc possibly didn't know the age of the minor he was talking to.
Now, what's not clear, and what a lot of people are coping with, is that maybe Dr. Disrespect didn't know the age of the person he was communicating with. But I truly feel if that was the case, Dr. Disrespect would have mentioned that, saying that he had those communications with this person that he believed was of age but turned out to be a minor. I think if that was the reality of that situation, if he truly communicated with someone that he thought was of age but turned out to be a minor, I think he would have mentioned that in this statement, but he didn't. He didn't say that he was under the impression he was communicating with an adult. He just says that he had conversations with an individual minor.
It's the stuff that's being left out that really like adds that pressure. Like, he knew, it seems, that he shouldn't have been. And also given context to what happened in the past, because he cheated on his wife before, and then he had to go on his stream crying and such, like, oh, you've been unfaithful, yada yada. It's like, I don't feel bad for people like this. Honestly, he's trying to maintain a guise of ethics. He's trying to come off as more decent, because it, you know, for his face value, but I don't know. I would like to know his inner monologue, honestly. I want to know what the hell's going on up there, so that we can really see it. All we can do is interpret based on his actions, which his actions they're already not looking good.
He doesn't say anything like, oh, they were actually 1 day away from being 18, or I really thought they were, you know, in their 20s, or anything like that. And I think if that was what happened, it would have been mentioned here. I really do.
To make matters even worse, even his previous friends and defenders took a stance against him after he admitted he was having an inappropriate conversation with a minor, with Nick Merck stating,
Yo, checking in. I'm seeing everything on Twitter, and I read through Doc's tweet, and in that very tweet, he basically confirms that, you know, he was texting an underage girl, and it went weird sometimes, you know, and look, just to be blunt and straightforward, man, that's inexcusable, it's unacceptable, right? No excuse for something like that.
And with the act man stating,
what's up, everybody?
Especially, oh god, it's not just the fact that he has a wife, it's his position in the hierarchy, how much money he makes, how much influence he has. Really? If you didn't have a wife, you didn't have a kid, and you were whoring around, which is exactly seeming what this fucking guy wants to do, given that he's with a wife and he's still unfaithful to her, it's like, oh my god, dude. Just don't be, there's just so much wrong here. How about don't have a wife and kid if you want to whore around? Also, don't fucking message you're a rich and famous. You can have all sorts of people, and that's what you're choosing to do, despite, it just doesn't, like, things just don't compute. They don't fucking work. But here we are. No sympathy, dude. None.
What's up, everybody? This is the Act Man here, and this is my final verdict on the Dr. Disrespect situation. As you might have seen, I've been pretty vocal about this on Twitter, and Doc has finally given us the truth. At long last, we know why he was banned. And it's not good. So first I want to read this part where he says, it's the most important part of his tweet. Were there Twitch Whisper messages with an individual minor back in 2017? The answer is yes. These were casual mutual conversations that sometimes lean too much in the direction of being inappropriate. I've seen enough to catch a predator to know when somebody is using language to soften the blow, to downplay what actually happened. You know, it's a strategy where you can admit something you did that was terrible, but you can maybe make it seem not as bad as it actually is.
One question looming on everyone's mind is what is going to happen to Dr. Disrespect? Based on his response, he's planning on taking a break and returning as usual. However, only time will tell if he'll make a comeback from such disgusting and character-ruining behavior. Whether he was legally charged or not, that does not change the court of public opinion. And being in your late 30s having inappropriate interactions with a minor is career-ending no matter how good your reputation is. I think Mutahar put it well.
You know, at the end of the day, this is just a gross thing to be doing. And there is no defense for this kind of behavior. And I firmly believe, like, as, you know, even on YouTube, like, this guy shouldn't even be streaming anywhere. Like, what is proven is if you are interacting in a negative fashion with anybody that is a minor, you are not to be trusted on any social media platform whatsoever.
It really seems like
yes, all those things, yes. But, said it many times on my channel, cancellations, there's only so much that those things can do. Once you're in a position, once you're able to do certain things, you can find a way. If there's still platforms that's willing to host somebody like that, I guarantee you there'll be people who still watch him because they enjoy the thing that he makes for them. They enjoy the product that he presents, he gives to people. If he were to return like he says he will, I'm pretty sure like it won't be as, like people are going to be clowning on him. People are still going to be making fun of him. But people, what the point is acquiring the attention, is to get people to watch. Doesn't matter if they do or don't like it, as long as they're watching, as long as he's running ads on that, as long as he has an audience that's willing to like watch his shit. I don't know, man. That's the thing. The court of public opinion, that's all that it is. It's just public opinion. People can take advantage, they can screw, they can do whatever the hell they want. There are so many examples of people. Off the top of my head, the first person, Chris Brown. An awful piece of shit human, and he's continuously an awful piece of shit person that doesn't give a shit about what he like. But people still come up to support him. They still like his things. They still listen to his music. They still go to his shows. They still pay money to go and see him. Oh my God. Like, there's only so much of an extent that people can be held accountable when it comes to this type of thing, unless there's actual legal ramifications, which if you have lots of money, that's another way that you can bypass that. Spend money on lawyers. Soften the blow of what the courts are putting on you as much as you possibly can to get away from it, and then just keep doing what you do. But when it comes to the court of public opinion, you can just... You can keep doing the thing that you do. Well, that's all it's going to be, just people's opinions on you. Like everyone already gets shit on here or there. And when you increase that, as long as you get people to watch, that's the one thing that matters. You can avoid comeuppance for the things that you do. And you can keep doing, not to the same extent before, because a lot of those people are not going to like you because of the stuff that you're doing, but you can still find a way. That's the thing. I would like to think that people are able to hold other people accountable properly, but it's like, no. Karma doesn't exist. People don't get their comeuppance for what they do. That's not how life works. I'm sorry, it sucks. Everything Mutahar was saying, absolutely true. But he can come back. And he could still be able to reacquire a semblance of what he had before, because there's all sorts of people that like him more than they dislike the stuff that he did. That's bad. And yes, it is objectively bad what he did, but hey man, there is no justice. That's not how it works in life, and it sucks. But it sucks, man. It's very Dr. disrespectful to humanity. There you go. All right, very last bit. Here we go.
It seems like this is the beginning of the end for Dr. Disrespect's reputation and career, with new articles coming out from inside sources claiming he did know the age of the victim and was sexting with them, YouTube removing him from their partner program, and his YouTube channel losing over 50,000 subscribers within just days of his response going live. The more information that comes out revolving around the situation, the worse it begins to look for Dr. Disrespect. Over the coming weeks, it's likely that he'll lose hundreds of thousands of subscribers and possibly have one of the biggest downfalls in recent...
Okay, that's another example. I guess that is a bit antithetical to what I was saying, right? The deplatforming. You can't go on Twitch, you can't go on YouTube. They removed his partnership. He's actually receiving comeuppance that affect his bottom line of making money. But, hey man, what other streaming platforms are out there that would be like, damn, Dr. Disrespect? Like, fuck, I guess we're gonna he's got people know about him. They're probably gonna come and watch it, even if they know what he did. Let's host him. Kick still exists. Granted, I mean, it's not very good. And yes, that's the comeuppance right there. The powers that be that are dismantling his ability to get what he, the things that he makes out to other people. That's the thing. That's the actual comeuppance. But the court of public opinion, no, that doesn't mean shit. It's what that stuff can do that can get other people to make moves that affect his livelihood, right? The losing partnerships, the sponsorships, the losing his platform, all those things, all of those things. That's the comeuppance right there, right? But they're kind of separate from each other sometimes. I don't know, man. I would like to think that he's actually going to face long-term ramifications, but I'm not confident in people. We'll have to see. We'll have to see what happens. But yeah, screw Dr. Disrespect. There you go.